Hey, Virgo, intuitive soul coach here with your September 2023 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, very unique message coming through right away for you, Virgo. I'm hearing I am at peace. So if some of you may have recently lost a loved one, maybe in the last year and a half, or this could be how someone has crossed over as well. I'm getting strong energy around the lungs, breathing, heart. I feel emphysema. Someone may have been on an oxygen machine as well, but I'm hearing I am at peace. So please take that as it resonates. Very unique, very specific, coming in right away. I'm also getting a reference here to the TV show. I'm not sure if it's still on TV or not, Little House in the Prairie. Now, it may be tied to that energy that I was just picking up on, or it could be singular. It could be significant for you in one way or another. Maybe you're named after the lead character, or maybe you used to watch that as a child. Please take it as it resonates. All right. Now you have here Unfinished Symphony. You have All That Glitters. And you have 3 cards coming out in the future position. No Place Like Home, Go the Distance, and Deep Knowing. So I'm getting here for a lot of you Virgos, there could have been a tower. This is card 16. 16 in tarot is the tower. For some of you, you're realizing that something you were chasing after, it could be a relationship. Maybe it was a goal that you had. It was a job that you thought you'd be happy in. Something may not be as it seems or as you thought, because sometimes we head straight towards something that looks shiny, right? But underneath it, it could be masked or disguised as rotten or as something that just isn't for you. But you didn't know that, or you wouldn't have known until you got into that situation. So for example, let's say you start working with someone who is helping you sell your home, maybe a real estate agent or a brokerage, and it looks great because you've heard wonderful reviews about this company, and maybe the person specifically you're working with, a family or a friend, has worked with them and it's been great for them, but you not so much. So perhaps something that again looked shiny and you went towards it just wasn't for you, and that's okay, because there's still some things to wrap up here, but I feel like you're course correcting or pivoting. So not all that glitters is gold is basically what this is saying here. So there could be truths coming out, or truths may have come out in a situation. This could be global as well, because I am getting here a lot of the same energy throughout a lot of the readings. The chaos and conflict card, all that glitters card has shown up, and just some changes. A lot of energy shifts in the month of September. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that September is a pivotal month. So you're going to see things real quickly. You're going to see through the facade. You're going to see through people. You're going to see through situations where maybe before you gave people the benefit of the doubt, or maybe you felt even a little bit naive to what was going on or what was happening, but you may have been taken advantage of, Virgo. This isn't happening for you anymore. So what you have showing up here is Unfinished Symphony. There are things that you're wrapping up to start a new cycle. This is also card 10. Now this is Wheel of Fortune energy as well. So a brand new turning point, a brand new beginning. 10 breaks down to 1, which is all about new beginnings. But there is still some loose ends to tie up. Maybe there was a contract that you signed with a company and it's not what you expected, but you have to ride out the contract. Same goes for a lease. Of course, in certain situations, there are things that you can break. You could break the lease, or there may be a way around a contract. But I feel like whatever it is you're doing, you're again tying up some sort of loose ends, and you may be going in a new direction, a completely new path for a lot of you Virgos. I'm also sensing documents being signed. There could be some paperwork that you thought you turned everything in, but then you realize through a phone call or an email that there's still some pieces that you have to mail in. I'm getting that here as well. For others of you, you think that a cycle is over between you and another person. And sometimes when we see someone for who they truly are, or maybe it is a character flaw, right? Sometimes people act the way they do based on, excuse me so much, based on situations that they have gone through. And a lot of times we want to wash our hands. Some of you may have actually sneezed at the same time as I did there. I do apologize. But I'm getting here that if you are able to see through a situation, you may be able to get to the root of it and fix and heal it. So if this is a relationship, or perhaps this was a business idea that went south, or maybe it didn't turn out the way that you thought it would, this month is the opportunity for you to dig in, for you to take off all of those layers, all of those masks, all of the things that, it felt shiny, but underneath it, something was missing, something needed to be replaced. They're also showing me the building blocks, and I believe there is a building blocks card in this deck as well. And I feel like you're taking out pieces, kind of like a Jenga game. For those of you that have played Jenga, you take out pieces hoping that, it doesn't crumble. I feel like that's kind of what you're doing here, especially because we actually have the 16, which can be the tower. But instead of something coming completely crumbling down, you're just pulling out the pieces. And I feel like you're rebuilding or you're replacing here. So Unfinished Symphony, this is about you being able to tie up loose ends, get to the core of it, pivot, course correct, and start a new cycle is what I feel here. All right. Now, in the near future, you have these three cards that came out together. You have No Place Like Home. And this is interesting because they were giving me that Little House in the Prairie reference. So some of you, maybe you want to live in a little house on the prairie, right? Maybe you want to live in a place by the water, or maybe you want to move to a place. This is interesting. I'm getting here New Zealand. So maybe some of you live in New Zealand, or maybe you've thought about visiting or traveling there, or maybe that's your birthplace. Please take that as it resonates. But I feel like you're finding home. There is an energy here of soul tribe. Home is where the heart is. And I feel like you're opening up to attracting family, friends, long-term commitments, long-term growth. I am getting a strong 10 of Pentacles energy here. So we'll have to see if that card shows up. And I feel like you're willing to do what it takes here, Virgo, to go the distance, to go all the way, right? As they say, go big or go home. And I feel like you're going big, but that's actually to lead you towards home. I hope that makes sense. Now, there's a deep knowing within you. You may not be clear of all of the details at this time because you're still unmasking. You're still trying to pick away the layers of a situation. And I feel for a lot of you, you are trusting your intuition at this time. You see there that there's a moon, there's an owl on top of it, and there's the stars. So I feel like something is being illuminated, but it may not be illuminated in the physical sense. This is about your intuition. This is about an inner knowing, paying attention to the signs, the synchronicities, the symbols that are showing up. Some of you may be having very interesting dreams is what I'm getting here as well. Some of you may find yourself attracted to certain music, certain TV shows, certain songs or podcasts that you normally wouldn't listen to. It's very interesting. Go with that flow, because sometimes we just shut that away, or we turn a blind eye. We're like, no, that's not my station, or that's not typically what I listen to. If you find yourself attracted to a different type of energy than you are used to, whether this is something that we just talked about, whether on the radio or the TV or, podcast or YouTube, this could also pertain to a job, a career, a relationship, or people. Allow yourself to let that attraction kind of navigate for you, because what's happening is that law of attraction is working here in your favor to bring to you the type of situations, the type of energy, the type of people that you need to go the distance here, to really make it big time, doing whatever it is that you want in your world, whatever you want to see grow, whatever that home looks like to you, you're making it happen here. And you have this deep knowing that you will indeed succeed. And I feel like you will. Whew. Virgo, this is powerful. I'm also getting the name here, Rebecca. Rebecca, that could be your name, or Becky, or Becca. All right, what do we have here? If that wasn't mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if we did mention that or not. I'm also seeing here fours, 444. I mean, 4 is the card of stability. I'm just seeing if we have fours. We have 47 and 43. Now, some of you may be 44 years old because I keep seeing fours. You may have 444 on your license plate, in a telephone number, a home address. 4 could be your life path number or even your personal year number. You may be 43 or 47, possibly 50 years old. You may be born on the 16th or the 10th. Now let's dive in here, Virgo, and take a look at all that glitters. What is being illuminated here? What are you able to see through? What may have been a little bit dressed up? Yeah, something you wanted to get out of. We see that here happening for you. Six of Swords, excuse me. So some of you, you're deciding you've already seen enough. You've already been in it enough. Now you're removing yourself from this energy, because the Six of Swords is an action. It's okay, this is what I've decided. It can be a decision card of taking action and moving forward. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. Sixes are also about problem solving. So I am getting here, and this is interesting because you have 16 and you have 6. So again, more numbers. I mean, some of you, maybe you are an accountant, or maybe you are thinking about your taxes or something along the lines of numbers here. Or it could be, in the metaphysical realm, you are seeing synchronicities of different numbers. But I do sense that you're moving out of a situation that, again, you didn't want to be in, or it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Let's get more clarity, please. Six of Swords. A lot of you are heading towards safety, I'm hearing, freeing yourself from a situation that may be beyond repair. Okay, yeah, something that you felt stuck in, okay, but now there is wiggle room for a quick action, a quick out. Some sort of communication you may have cut off, okay? I mean, if this is a person or if this is a job, something, I'm getting kind of a ghost energy, either ghosting or, okay, what's that new word that people use in psychology these days when someone gaslight. Someone may have gaslighted you as well. Okay, I'm getting that with this Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is also about relocation, travel. Okay, there could have, some of you may have thought that a place that you were going to move to, or a home that you were going to move in, or a neighborhood, or even a trip. Now, again, this is recent past, so if you have a trip planned, don't fear. But there could be something around travel arrangements, border. I'm getting here borders, so crossing a border. Maybe it has to do with, again, a visa or immigration, because I sense here that there's documents involved with this unfinished symphony. Okay, Virgo, what do we have here with the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords? What else do we have here? Eight of Cups. I mean, look at all this energy of moving on, walking away, abandoning a situation. Okay, Eight of Cups walks towards their Nine of Cups, but sometimes they look back. And it's almost looking back in a form of, okay, am I doing the right thing? Or am I missing anything? Or should I be moving on from the situation? And I get all those answers here are a complete yes. I'm absolutely not looking back. I'm not turning back. I'm moving forward, and I'll never put myself in that situation again or attract that type of energy, because you've learned a valuable lesson here. So again, whatever this is for you, it's pretty powerful is what I'm getting, Virgo. Let's take a look at this unfinished symphony. So it's interesting because it sounds like a dichotomy. Here I am saying you're completely walking away from it, but there's still some loose ends. So for example, let's say you were fired from a job, or a job just wasn't working out for you. You may be physically disconnected from that job, or energetically disconnected, but there still could be some paperwork, some contracts, some legal situation, something like that you're wrapping up is what I feel. Because we also have the Two of Pentacles. You're trying to find peace in the chaos. You're trying to find some sort of balance with what's going on. Balance in your work life, your social life, your family dynamics. I'm getting here packing. So there could be packing or travel. Some of you have lost luggage as well. There could be something along the lines of a claim or claims. There could be a insurance claim I'm seeing here as well. Some of you may have had some issues with travel arrangements when it comes to a vehicle, okay? But the Two of Pentacles here is about multitasking. And some of you, you may feel overwhelmed because you're taking on a lot at this time. That's where professional or legal help or financial help, that's where you reach out, okay? Because there could be someone that is better equipped to deal with some of these situations here, or it's important to find balance within your own body, mind, and soul. So take a yoga class or talk to a soul coach or a professional in that sense that can help you balance up not just the physical, but the mental, the spiritual, and the emotional as well. All right, what do we have here? What do we have here for Virgo? Eight of Swords is in reverse. I like this. So not only do you have the Six of Swords, you're jumping straight to me. I have two eights showing up here as well. Eight of Wands, Eight of Swords. When it shows up in reverse, you're freeing yourself. So there could just be a few little bits of, again, loose ends to tie up here. Something that feels a little bit unfinished, but I actually feel like it's going to close down sooner than you think. Sooner rather than later. So if something was pushed off, there could be a fear that it's going to get pushed off again, but I feel like it will be finalized or it will be completed. Let's say you have a divorce date or a court date that you needed to attend, or it was something significant and they said this is the date, but then for whatever reason it got put off, and maybe it's happened a few times for you. There could again be a little bit of fear around it, thinking that I just want to get this done, or I just want to be out of this situation. Eight of Swords comes in and says something that may have really been a conflict on your mind, something you weren't able to get yourself out of or see past, is being released. You're freeing here, freeing yourself from mental conflict. For some of you, there could have been sabotage, whether it was self-sabotage or someone may have sabotaged you and you started to believe it. Oh, wow. Okay. Some of you are dealing with maybe even I don't throw this out loosely, but a narcissist or someone who is very manipulative. And this could even be a parental figure. It could be someone who is balancing or juggling you up here with the Two of Pentacles. Goodness, that's not going to resonate with everyone. It doesn't have to be a love or romantic situation. It could be a family member, or it could be even a professional. Like we said in the beginning, a real estate agent, or someone who just had a lot on their plate and they weren't able to effectively do their job. Page of Wands, new beginnings, some sort of message coming in here for you. Page of Wands is about staying curious. It is about eagerness, enthusiasm. So I feel like you're excited to hear good news. You're excited to connect with the divine, connect with your higher self as well. Professionals, I'm getting here healers. So some of you could be working with a shaman, with a life coach, a business coach, a mentor, a healer, a soul coach, or a psychic. But the Page of Wands here, I feel like this person is going to come in and help you get out of your own way in a sense. They're going to come in and help you juggle things if they felt a little bit chaotic, or they may bring you news that allows you to find more stability in your world. I also sense some news that's going to put a completion here. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the World card or some sort of ending card. Whoa, you guys, that one shot out quickly. So let's see what's happening here for you. Okay, Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles, the Star, the Hierophant, and the Five of Swords. So right away here, the Two of Wands is about you planning. Okay, what's my next step? How do I move forward? Something's a little bit unfinished here, but I have some decisions that I need to make. Or you may be waiting for someone external to make the first move. Okay, I'm just seeing here if this is someone else that's making the first move. But it could be here, because I feel with this message that there could be someone coming in that you may be waiting from. But if not, I feel like you're deep in thought. Now, it's important to not let your thoughts consume you. because sometimes we can go down that rabbit hole of what ifs, or we tend to catastrophize situations. Who's been there, right? Let's say you have a teenage child who doesn't show up after on their curfew. Maybe 10 p.m. is their curfew, and 10:15 rolls around, and then you start thinking the worst, and you can't get a hold of them, and 10:30 rolls around, and where are they, right? And you start calling every single hospital or every single friend, and you listen to the scanner, and you're wondering, where's my child? So don't catastrophize a situation is kind of what I'm hearing here, because we can definitely go down the rabbit hole quickly with our thoughts and bring in worst case scenario. Spirit is saying don't do that. You have a deep knowing. Trust that. Okay, because you're planning things at this time. There is some decision. I feel it's important to stick to a path, stick to a routine, stick to a plan. 5 of Pentacles showing up in reverse is saying you will not be left out in the cold. Okay, if some of you have something to tend to, home matters, finances, paperwork, legalities, again, reach out, ask for help, because there could be some big significant changes around the home life. You see the key there as well. And so the key could be a physical move. We've talked about that earlier. This could be some shifts when it does come to finances. And now you may feel a little bit stuck, like you're still in the cycle of looking for a new opportunity, but the stars are aligning here. And this is long-term growth. This is longevity. And this is what we were talking about. So I'm glad that the Hierophant's showing up with a star. Now, even though things may be showing up in a way that feels a little bit challenging at times, the Hierophant is here to say, you will find stability and you will commit to this new path that aligns with your dreams, your hopes, and desires. Now, Virgo, some of you could be rising stars, influencers. You could be in the limelight, in the spotlight, because look at that. Ascension on both cards here, and they both lead to a higher spiritual awakening with a big old sun ball right up top there, a big old energy ball. So I feel like there is a lot of ascension happening here for you. Don't give up. Don't give up hope. Don't give up faith here. You have that deep inner knowing, and that's what's showing up here in your future position. So some of you know that there's going to be success here. Some of you know that you will be manifesting your dreams, but man, it's a headache on the way there, isn't it? Sometimes we feel like we miss a step. Look at the steps that are ascending. And what happens is sometimes it Felix, okay, interesting. Felix, Felix, is someone's name Felix, or is a cat named Felix? It kept coming out and it wasn't a slip. I feel like Felix may be important for some of you. If that's you, drop it in the comment box below. I'd love to hear. But sometimes we trip, or sometimes it feels like one of these steps that gets pulled out from underneath us and we feel like we're tumbling, but we're still ascending. Sometimes we need to tumble a little bit to get ahead, is what I'm hearing. Now, the Hierophant is about tradition. The Hierophant is about divine guidance. It can be learning environments. Some of you may be taking classes, or maybe you're teaching them. This could be educational systems, because I am getting something here with, where should I put my children? What school? Should I homeschool? Okay. Okay, some of you may feel like you are not sure which direction to go when it comes to someone's education. Okay, please take that as it resonates here. So let's get a final message from Spirit. Spirit, what else do you have here for Virgo? What action steps or what messages? What's coming in? What does Virgo need to know? Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Wow. Beautiful. 4 of Cups in reverse, followed by the 3 of Cups. So what this means, even though, again, the 4 tends to come after, well, always comes after the 3, I feel with this 4 showing up, you're able to get yourself out of a little bit of a pickle, and you'll celebrate a success because you're not focusing on this past energy. You're not focused on something underneath the glitter, the all that glitters card. So again, 4 of Cups, when it's typically upright, you can see here that she's bored. She's focused on these 3 cups here, but if she were just to look behind her, she'd see that there's a full cup and a full rainbow, and the energy over here is so much brighter and so much more colorful and many more opportunities here on the side. But sometimes we just get bored. We don't feel inspired. We maybe even feel a little bit ungrateful at times. Spirit is saying that there is a new opportunity. You're going to feel blessed beyond measure. And it's important to keep your optimism at a peak. Don't lose faith of opportunities because you have a big celebration coming in. And look at this. This is really neat because we actually see the Big Dipper here. And this is, again, another card of stars. So some of you may even be an Aquarius or dealing with an Aquarius here. I also get Taurus energy with the Hierophant, but I am feeling that there is a celebratory energy around soul tribe, sisterhood, sisters, family, new beginnings when it comes to working with new people. So a lot of love here. Nothing is ever lost is what I heard as well. Nothing is ever lost. That experience that may have bummed you out, or maybe it wasn't exactly what you thought it would be, that's okay, because there's something here that's going to bring in a lot more stability on all fronts. I hope this resonates, Virgo. Please take it as it does. If you like what you hear, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channel messages out there to those that need it most. It also helps the channel grow. If you're vibing with the energy and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much, Virgo, for being here today. Lots of love.